So this time on 14th March 2025, we have lunar eclipse, we have full moon, and there's a holy festival that's an Indian festival, and then Muslims have their own festival. So it's like, it's such a very big event. If you see any religion, then I see this common pattern that we are following the moon cycle, and especially around full moon, new moon, eclipse, all these play a big part. So no matter how via your religion you're celebrating this day, but I really wanted to understand the significance of how it is working energetically, how I can relate it scientifically, and how it is going to impact me or anybody around me, and why should I follow these. Today the younger generation has this idea, why should we follow this tradition or these festivals? These are so outdated. So I was like, what is the scientific reason behind these things? So before I start, I will first let you know that when there is a lunar eclipse, okay, so we are going to talk like what is the significance of lunar eclipse. It means that it is kind of symbolizing, so this is the period of spring equinox. Now what that means is that right now when there is this eclipse happening, and this moon is also called blood moon, okay, so there are various kinds of moons like pink moon, harvest moon, this moon. So this is the blood moon, and blood moon is like it has a very high impact on your energies, on your energetic body, your emotions. Since I'm a trauma healer and I work with emotions, I help people release that. And it's kind of related with your karma patterns also. So that is what interests me. So with lunar eclipse, it signifies the arrival of victory of good over evil. Okay, so these are moments where you are going to release. There's going to be deep moments of reflection, deep moments of emotional release, and that is what an eclipse brings. So it is kind of going to bring you opportunities for reflection, for letting go, and spiritual growth. And now and what is the significance of full moon? So moon, now that we scientifically, I think globally, like many of us are now aware that moon has a significant impact on our emotions, on our mood on that particular day, because the energy of the moon, it kind of pulls. So you can imagine this huge magnet, and now this magnet that is on planet Earth is getting magnified, okay, by lunar eclipse, by the planetary alignments, and in which astrological sign or the zodiac sign this full moon is falling. So it's like you're enhancing the magnitude of this pull now, okay, and it is very, very intense compared to full moon is already intense, and then you have more intensity and magnitude added to this. All right, so now this full moon, what does full moon do? Full moon, in short, is a time when you are releasing, letting go, and you are bringing in the vision for your future self. From your higher self, you're able to intuitively download the vision of your future. So we covered lunar eclipse, then we covered full moon eclipse, then we will talk a little bit about Pisces. So this time the full moon is in Virgo, and I will talk about it in a bit, but I just wanted to point out that right now in Pisces, in the zodiac Pisces, we have Sun, we have Saturn, we have Rahu and Ketu. So I am not somebody who knows astrology, but I will tell you the significance. Sun and Saturn, see, two gurus, two teachers, biggest teachers of our centuries, of this entire universe, are sitting right there in Pisces. And then Rahu is also there. So it is like you will have these more troublesome emotions are now that were buried in depth, they are going to come out, okay. And what is the role of Pisces? Pisces, the trait of Pisces, the fish symbol, okay, they know how to flow in water, sometimes in depths. And that means Pisces is a trait. The trait of Pisces is that this zodiac enhances your sensitivity. You will feel very sensitive to right now to something being said to you, or your mind is thinking something, and you'll feel that pull. It will enhance your compassion and your intuitive side. So when you have such a strong alignment, and if Pisces is somehow connected to you in your sun side or moon side of your astrological chart, what happens is that you can, with this knowledge, ground yourself to enhance your sensitivity, your compassion, your intuitive side. And if you are not able to, because if you are just, because lots of emotions, mental thoughts, negativity is now going to come out, you will be triggered from within as well as from external sources, which could be the immediate people in your surrounding. Okay, and what is going to happen is, if you are not balanced, if you're not grounded, then you will not be able to, it's like the tree will break. So if you're not rooted properly, you will fall with this chaos that's going to happen. But if you're deeply rooted, then your flow, to your connection with life, your flow in life, that is going to become very smooth, and it will enhance these three important traits: your intuitiveness, that is your guidance that is coming from the divine, your higher self, your sensitivity of understanding things, and if you understand from sensitivity place, you will hold yourself in compassion and will be able to hold others in compassion, right? And this enhances further connection of yours to the divine, hence spiritual growth. Now that I was talking about grounding, let's go back to what I said, that the full moon is in Virgo, right? So what is Virgo? It is a heavy earth sign. So with Virgo being the earth element, this full moon, as you're going to let go, you need to ground yourself more deeply into becoming practical. So when I was talking about Pisces being intuitive and everything, remember the opposite of that is they go into that dreamy dream zone, right? And they are unable to, so they kind of uproot themselves from the physical reality and they're staying in that dream state. So when you're staying there and you're not connected here, what is going to happen? Though you might have beautiful dreams, but you will not be able to get them to the physical reality. So in order to do that, what you need to do is grounding, becoming practical, becoming very organized, disciplined, detail oriented, looking at the pros and cons. So rather than running from your emotions heavily, because anything in the extreme is not okay. So though emotionally you are very good maybe, but you need to pull yourself back from the dream state. And you also need to ground yourself and see what the pro and cons are, whatever your dream is, how practically you can implement it, how do you need to change your inner self to bring more discipline, what is the detail that you're missing. And also stop chasing for perfection. Start from the imperfect part. Today you might not be perfect, but whatever your plan is, put a stone in action and see where it takes you, right? Stop being this is the time to reflect your inner critique. Are you judging yourself first, and are you judging others? So remember the principle of compassion and use it, compassion, kindness, and stop relying on other people or other outer circumstances, but rely more on your dreams. To bring that when you rely, you're kind of bringing that power, that courage, that strength from your dreams. So you can only get that from within yourself. You need to the reminder here is that you are a powerful soul, and you need to believe in your own light, your own dreams, and that you are worthy enough to create whatever you are dreaming, and bring in love for yourself, bring in abundance for yourself. And maybe you are somebody who wants to serve, so bring this to other beings as well. Now that from the scientific, from the emotional perspective, I have explained you that. Remember that magnet, now it's magnified with the full moon, lunar eclipse, this Pisces planetary alignment, and the full moon being in Virgo. So you have to bring that emotion, bring yourself in balance, and ground yourself very deeply in order to manifest things in your physical reality. Okay, so do not indulge in conflicts. If there are anger issues, sit with yourself and reflect and reflect and reflect. The more you deeply reflect, it is going to help you a lot. Right now, the more you write, the more you express your creative energy, the more you connect with the inner joy as well, will kind of enhance the essence of who you truly are, your authentic side. Now, one of the rituals that is coming from when you scientifically understand the impact of moon and the alignments and the emotional body that is in your physical body and how it is affecting, now we will see that the best thing is I want to remove, let go of the negative and bring in the positive for my own betterment. So the story of I will tell you from my Indian culture that I have followed so far. In our Hindu tradition, Holi is the time where the story goes like that. This boy's aunt, she took the boy. The big story short is that she sat on the pyre with the boy, and she had this beautiful chunari or a cloth that she wrapped herself with, because this was given by divine, and it said that it will not burn her. But what happened is this cloth flies and covers the boy with whom she's sitting on the pyre, and the boy is saved and she burns. What is the significance? The significance is that no matter how much darkness is hiding within you, there is in the depth, there is a little baby, there is an inner child that is holding that light, that love of divine's grace, and the divine is always going to protect that divine love, that divine child that you are, and will burn away all the impurities. So the significance of the story is this. And one of the rituals that my mother makes me do is something that she got from her own father, was that we put something known as ubitan. So it's a mixture, it's like a paste form. It's made from gram flour, mustard. I'll put the pictures, and you kind of mix it, and while you're applying them on your people apply it on the entire body, but if you don't know, then you can use just hands or feet, or just because from hands we are giving and receiving, and from feet we are kind of grounding ourselves and taking steps towards our action. Again, that's significance. And what you're going to do is you're going to apply this paste, and while applying it, you will be saying that all that negative energy, whatever you're facing, that you have written down, just make note of what you're experiencing, and you kind of write it down. or you can just remember, and then you apply and say that all this is getting absorbed in this paste that I'm applying, right? And in this paste, all the ingredients that are used are very beneficial for cutting out virus and bacteria that is not helpful or it's negative. So we use turmeric, we use mustard seeds, which is very, very auspicious in our rituals because it removes away negativity. Turmeric again removes in. So you see that this paste is also made from things, and I feel that not in just our religion, that then there are many other cultures in your religion. I'm sure you know something that you have taken from your family or you've known from your culture that this has more positive effects, this particular ingredient, because Mother Nature has all the ingredients, right? She is the biggest healer of all. So in your culture, in your religion, whatever herb or whatever was taught to you that this is positive, and you think you can make a paste of it and you can just apply even a little bit, you can do that. And then once it gets dried, you kind of start to rub it, and whatever you collect that dirt thing, you make a tiny ball, okay? And here in our communities, we have this entire, we have this fire that's placed in the center of the community, and then we go and do some rituals and then we burn this. But what you're going to do is, if you're somebody who doesn't know about this or doesn't want to work, the ritual that we're using here is, after collecting this negative thing and making it into a ball, so we have released a lot of negative energy, and now we're going to cleanse our aura. And now how I clean my aura, or what was taught to me during these festivals, is that we take a thread, and from our feet to our head we measure it, and then we break it, and then we tie it around this ball, and then we go and put it in this communal fire. Now, if you don't have this communal fire, but what is the point I'm kind of bringing out here, that we are collecting the negativity inside us, in our aura, in our auric field, and then we are performing a fire ritual. We are offering it to the element fire, which burns away all the impurities. So what you can do is, in your own way, however you feel like, you can do this. Like if you are really somebody who does not know how to start, where to do, you can just do it mentally as well, okay? You can just imagine that mentally all this negativity that is there is getting released, turning into a ball, and then you're putting it into the fire. You're offering this to the fire, that please burn away all my impurities, all the negativity. And then you can, after this burning negativity ritual, the second thing is self-care, self-nourishment. Very, very important. After you've released so much, you need to take care of yourself now. How you're going to take care? There are many ways. I will tell you a few of them, and then you can choose whatever you want. You can go for relaxation therapies. You can go for a sacred bath in which you put herbs, oils, and salts and everything, and you just dip yourself, relax. So water element, very, very important. That is why the more water, and if you could do something with water, great, because moon, water and emotions very deeply connected, okay? So water therapies are very important. Otherwise, you can just have, you can put on some nice music and dance, release more. You can light some incense or some, fragrance, natural ones, and you can, when you inhale that, you feel good. It uplifts your mood. You can journal, you can write, you can meditate, you can do more grounding activities in your own way. What calls out to you. It can be different for anybody, but the significance, so the entire picture that I am putting here now is that, remember the magnet again, it's making the pull, it's affecting your emotions, your water inside, and you have to burn your negativity and offer it to fire. And if you can work with water element, okay, then well and good. And if not water element, then what are the other ways you can relax yourself and ground yourself into what you truly want, and bring forth that vision for your future, that in future what you're doing, what do you want, and just put it out there in the universe, right? And this is like a very important, it's like a portal that will make you jump from 1 to level 10. This is the portal's energy right now, right? It's not just on 14th, it has already begun, and you will feel on 14th it's the highest, the highest effect is on that day, and then it starts to deteriorate, and in 1 or 2 days it will go. So this is the window where you can jump from, if not let's say 10, then at least from step 1, if you can take a jump to step 5 or 6, isn't that great? So it's like a 6-month period, you can take one jump in this portal. So that is the significance, energetic wise, emotional wise, releasing wise, and bringing in your dream life. I hope this message helped you. Lots of love. Take care.